friends, Natasha with Natasha'Scrapbookorner, and today I'm coming to you with a finished project, and that is belated happy birthday to Karen, who is Zucchini Kitty here on YouTube. Hi Karen, if you are watching this video, that means that Karen already received her gifty. So if you are following Karen, you probably know her style. It's kind of like vintagey, more natural and subtle colors. She made several beautiful decorations for her house, and she was using an almanac prima collection for that. And I wanted for her, here is one of her beautiful creations that's sitting right next to my desk, and I've been blessed by having receiving a few of her beautiful work, and they are spread across my craft room. So I wanted to create for her something that she can display in her room, in her house, so it will match her home. And although it's not really my style, but that's what I came up with. So I used an almanac prima paper, large pack. I'm not sure if it's almanac. I already put everything away, but the one that matches almanac itself. So as a birthday card, I created for her a bow card. Those are my favorite cards, because no matter which style, no matter what paper, this shape is such a beautiful gift presentation. So there is the base of the card, this octagon, and that's how it stands. The bottom layer, it has this tailed bow, tails sticking, and I always like to play with my card. What I mean, this little items, they are just tucked in the pockets here and there. So if she decides that she is running out of hers for some reason, she can definitely pull out a few out of here and use them on her beautiful creations. So the tailed bottom, the tailed base of the bow card, trying to figure out how to show it to you. I double sided that, so because the back shows bows itself, they are single sided sheets of paper, but because they are rolling, so they do not need really inside decoration. Although I distressed all the edges of each element of this card, distressed it with the distress inks and my Prima distress tool, because that's how Karen does her things. So out of paper collection, I pussycat few words and bellies, so I mounted in here yesterday, and I thought it's such a nice place for it, on that corner of the petal of the bow. And on the opposite side of the bow, this afternoon, I put this afternoon in the horizontal way, because the paper collection, almanac paper collection, it's has such a specificity in it. I don't know the word. So it's kind of like a really odd to my eye. It's vintagey, stressy, no, it's grungy in the same time. So really high range of the styles that can be done with this collection. So on this side of the large bow, I fuzzy cut one of the labels and adhere that, and that spiced a plain paper very well. I was actually thinking maybe to do some stitching or put some bling, but nothing really worked and looked right. And on that side of this petal, I cut out a few tags, and this is the piece of scrap paper that I got left while working with the paper. So those been distressed and cut out and inked, and it came out really nice. So the top layer, the pink layer of the card, nothing really was done to it because it has some sort of print, and I thought it would be nice to leave it alone. So just edges been stressed and inked. In the center, for the base, I used one of these cards that comes in the collection, and I just trimmed the edges to fit the centerpiece of the card, and fuzzy cut this elegant embellishment itself, and I pop it up with a hot glue. And I love this royal rosette. I would say it's rosette. So it kind of gives that celebratory type of effect. So, and to blend my card with the project that I will be showing you in a second, I used a couple elements that I used through this project. I used the ceramic rosebuds from Mynashka, and Karen love using those in her personal projects, so that's why they are here. This little dangly leaves, those are appliques from Mynashka. This beautiful satin stitched bow is as well from Mynashka, but this little doilies, they came from Annie, Miss Garden Grove one, long time ago. So hi Annie, thank you so much. And inside card is very simple. So you're recognizing this paper again. So I basically put one of the white doilies which been distressed and colored, and I fuzzy cut a couple more elements from the paper collection, and it says waking up bright and early this morning. So, and I will add my sticky note, because I do not write in my cards, at least I try not to, just in case if people will decide to pass this card alone. And I do not mind, because I do not mind. So let me put this card aside and bring you main project. That is Michael's metal heart, and it works with 2 AA batteries. I bought it on the sale after Valentine's Day. And again, on the sides you can see the almanac paper all the way around, and I used Prima stencil to add some dimensions. Oh, I was looking for this. I put some batteries in, and hold on just a second. Let me turn on the lights then. Just a second. Sorry. Alright, that's much better. I took out the batteries because I couldn't find the switch. So it's hidden in here, and you can turn it off, the light bulbs, and turn them on. So let's start from the bottom. On the bottom, I used one of the gifts. I was in embellishment swap with a few ladies, and this is one of the embellishments. Look how sparkly it is, and I think it's just matching this project so great. And it was sitting in my hoard vault for a while, so I found finally, a place where it's right at home. So at the bottom of the heart, I used a bird nest, and to decorate the bird nest I used several doilies, and doily, and that is a little hanky with this vintage hanky with this gorgeous corners. So here is that hanky itself, and another doily, and this beautiful nest with the eggs inside. And I put this Ashland beautiful velvety with the curled feather birds in the nest. So that's how it looks. And so I tucked dry grass in here and some metal leaves, and those are dried natural flowers that you can find at NSK as well, and those I'm picking up locally when one of the trees started to lose those branches, so I'm gathering those at the park, and that way they appear on the shelves of NSK once in a while in the season. So but they, I'm sanitizing and drying them out before they are actually getting on the shelf. So here you see a couple of the ceramic rosebuds from NSK, and that is one of the metal filigrees, and I cut it in half. It was a square. I cut it in half, and I use one half in here and another half on another side. I will show you in a second. And you see the modeling paste, and that's what I'm using for the modeling paste. um, there is this swirly bud spray that goes on the side, and it has acrylic flower and little bitty buds. That's Ashland spray that I purchased a while ago. I have a few of those and I use them sparingly. So along there are the glue strings, of course, we all crazy about those, sorry. So I had this gathered lace that from my stash that goes all the way around on that side of the heart and ends right at the top. So in here I tucked here and there this dry grass that Karen uses in her creations. This is the scrap of one of the cotton laces from Mynashka. I love use the cotton laces because they take in color, any inks well, and they give in such a nice texture and dimension. They're thick enough, but they're not bulky. I love using cotton laces and trims. So in here I added the metal chicken wire that I picked up the roll at Hobby Lobby while visiting with Janet. This are the same dangly leaves that you saw on a card, and they are available at Mynashka. A little pouch of grass in here, and you can see the modeling paste attached here and there and here and there, and some scripts. So I wanted it to be textured. So on top of the heart I used a layer of filigrees, and I used E6000 to secure that. So those were gifted to me by Lily. So there is a main filigree, this large, and it's flat, and this filigree with a flower and kind of swirls, they look like wings to me. So I thought that would be such a beautiful center. So another pouch of dry grass and ceramic rosebuds on that corner, and we are turning on another side of the heart, and in here again you can see the modeling paste and the scrap of the cotton lace. This bling was gifted to me by someone, and it was a ring. So I snipped the circle itself and adhere that in here, and here's the clock with the bird from the Prima collection. And in here you can see that spray, Ashland spray, couple different couple strands of that spray weaved together. And in here, all along that part of the heart, I used snippets of paper, like how would you say it, journaling spots that comes in a collection, and they come in the little strips. So those shapes ones that I used, and I would cut it in half and use one part in here and one part in below, so it will all kind of blend together. and topping the layer of the paper with the cotton trim, scrap of cotton trim, gave this creation such a rustic look. I really enjoy how it came out. So if I will take your attention to the center a little bit, because I missed it. In the center I used this whole strip of paper from the paper collection. I cannot stand those string glues. I adhere that piece as is, and it says special moments with you, play, dream, love, remember. It was such a beautiful piece of saying, and such a nice collection of the strips and the ruler and this ribbon and the fabricy background. And absolutely love that part, so I use it wide enough through the whole heart. And at the end I used one of my personal stash keys and the Tim Holtz whatever it is, and inside I put the word tomorrow, and so that is key for tomorrow. Special moments with you, play, dream, laugh, remember, and that's the key for your tomorrow. So it's such a romantic and encouraging, thoughtful message. That's the word I'm looking for. Alright, so that was the center, and from the center, from that metal piece, which I secured with the little flat back pearls, I used one of the NSK dangle trims, and it went into the side, and on the side again I added some grass in here, and pink ceramic rosebuds tucked in here and there, and right there in the background you can see those paper cutouts out of this paper collection, and here's a little bitty smidge of cotton trim, and here I used one of the NSK filigrees, and there is this another half of the square metal filigree is tucked in here, and of course a little bit of grass in here, and this beautiful vintage napkin just draping all around. So there it is. It's really hard to record it because it's such a big piece. So there it is. Delayed birthday gift for Karen. So I hope she likes it, and leave me a comment if you wish. Let me know what you think about this project. Otherwise, I'll talk to you later. Thanks so much. Bye.